Students are reciting the sayings of Confucius at this school in Beijing. Until a few years ago, you would never have seen this in communist China. But now the government is reviving these ancient Chinese traditions, encouraging 13-year-old Yang Xiaoyi to learn the Confucian way. Only after coming here did I really learn about how great Confucius is, she says. Confucius was one of the founders of Chinese civilization. After his death, his ideas became the governing principles of dynasties, honored by imperial rulers at temples like this one. This director told me, Confucian thought explains how to be an upright individual in a harmonious society, calling for conduct such as filial piety and respect for others. When Mao Zedong's communists took power in 1949, they saw Confucius as a vestige of an old, feeble China, holding the country back, and campaigned to stamp out his ideas. Now that same regime is turning this former public enemy into a national hero. Authorities are promoting Confucianism as a way to bring order to this fast-changing society. The government sees this as so important that just this year they raised this statue of Confucius just a few steps away from Chairman Mao's final resting place.
Not many people believe in Marxism anymore, and there's a need for an alternative source of ideological legitimacy, and they don't want to become, completely westernized. So what's the obvious alternative? Well, it's Confucian.
Confucius is filling that void. He's made a suave debut on the big screen. He's also returned as a guide for Chinese who visit refurbished temples, not only as tourists, but as pilgrims, searching for answers to their modern-day problems.
There's a widespread view that there's a decline of social responsibility with economic modernization, that people are becoming more selfish and less concerned with others.
Yet some critics say the government's main interest in the ancient philosophy is to sustain the regime's long-held authoritarian rule. They say democratic ideals could be threatening, while Confucianism promotes strong states, conformity, and hierarchical societies. Back at the school, 11-year-old Wang Yu-wei is understanding more about that hierarchy. We learn how to be upright people and how to be filial to our parents, he says. Exactly what Confucius, and perhaps the government, would want to hear. Eunice Yoon, CNN, Beijing.